Hello everyone, and today we're going to take our factory resonator, cut it off right at the pipes right here, remove it, and then we're going to install this beautiful H-pipe, which is going to give this Mustang an awesome sound. And it's going to be something like this. That definitely sounds better, so let's get started. And for our very first step, we're going to chuck the front tires. So I have 4 wheel chucks. I'm going to start by placing one right here. Make sure it's nice and snug. And then we'll do the other side as well. And we'll go to the driver's side and do the exact same thing. And yep, that should work. Next, we're going to lift the Mustang and we're going to do just the rear tires. We don't need to do all 4. Now for this job, I do recommend you use ramps. It would make the job a lot faster, easier, and it'll give you a good enough height to work with this job. But I have jack and jack stands, so that's what I'm going to use. And after lifting it up, get the jack stand in place. It looks about a good height. And then we'll put our pin in there just for safety, of course. There we go. And then we'll very gently lower it down. And I am going to replace this service jack with an older one just to kind of act as a backup. Not holding the weight though. And we'll repeat the exact same step on the driver's side as well. And that looks pretty good. We should have plenty of space to work. And we'll go back to those wheel chucks and give them a few love taps just to close the gap between the chuck and the wheel. We want to make this as safe as humanly possible. And that should work right there. And for comfort, I'm going to throw down an old moving blanket I have. Just makes it easier to get this equipment in and out, and we're not scratching any of the mufflers, any of the exhaust pipes. And now we get down to business. I'm going to shimmy my way under here. So let's see if I can get a little bit further. Almost there. And that's about far enough. And we're going to focus on these 2 band clamps right in front of the resonator. And as you can see, they got 4 nuts. So we're going to grab our 15mm socket and socket wrench and loosen these up. Now you don't want to take the nuts all the way off, but we're going to loosen it almost all the way down to the end of the stud or the bolt. And it does have a little bit of oomph on there. So we'll go ahead and loosen her up. And we're going to do all 4 of these, of course. The order really doesn't matter. Just make sure they're nice and loose. And that's just about there. And that'll do it. And now let's work our way to the mufflers. And we're going to need to disconnect our active valve exhaust. And it's a little connector right here. And there's a little white latch. All we got to do is press it outward. Just like that. Now I tried pulling this off, but it's much easier if I get a flathead screwdriver under there and kind of just lift it just a little bit. And look at that. Came out really easy. And since we're in the general area, let's go to the passenger side as well. Move the latch outward. Get our little screwdriver right here. And then work our way right between the connector and the actuator itself. And give that a little push. And there we go. And with the connectors disconnected, we need to move the whole harness out of the way. And it's held on by clips, so we're going to take a trim removal tool and disconnect those clips. And there's 2 of them for each side. So there's one right here. There we go, there's one. So now let's do the second one, and this one's attached to the bracket, so we'll get under it and leverage it up. There we go. Popped right out, now I can move this whole thing aside. So we'll do the same thing on the passenger side. Get that first clip. There's one. And yep, got a little bit of slack. Now let's go to the second one. And as you can see, it's right there on the bracket. And we're going to dress that bracket after this. So lift this up and beautiful. And let's move this harness aside. That way I have room to work and room for our flashlight. Next, we're going to remove our exhaust brackets. So there's 2 bolts and it's going to be a 1/2-inch socket. And we're going to use an extension bar for this one just to make it easier for me to get in there. So let's see about loosening this up. So there's 1 bolt right there. And I get that harness out of the way a little bit more. Come on. There we go. And the second one's on the side of the bracket. So I'll use just basically a small socket. Loosen it up. And there we go. And we'll repeat the exact same steps on the passenger side as well. It's going to be 2 bolts. So there's 1 right there. And we'll get the one at the bottom. The order doesn't really matter. Just whatever's convenient for you. And as you can see, the hanger right here is being held on by a little hook. So when you take those bolts out, it's not going to fall right away. But what we're going to do is we're going to lift it and turn it over. You basically want to unhook these brackets. And the good news about this setup, the muffler is not going to fall on you when you do this. And I'm going to show you why. So let me turn the camera just a little bit. And as you can see, it's still being held up by these intermediate brackets right here. So you don't have to worry about it falling on you. And since we have to pull this whole system out, we're going to need something to catch the resonator from hitting the ground and making a loud noise. This is mostly for y'all, but if you want, you can put a cushion or a blanket under it. just to kind of soften the blow just a little bit. But this milk crate will do for now. And just to be on the safe side, I'm going to give these bands in the front just a little love tap, just to break this resonator loose from the rest of the system. This will make it easier to pull out, because this is a little bit rusted, so nothing wrong with breaking it loose just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So I think that's definitely going to slide out. I think that will work. Very nice. And now for the fun part, we're going to remove the mufflers and tailpipes. So all I'm going to do is just lift it just a little bit and start pushing or pulling towards the rear of the vehicle. Now, typically you want a two-man job for this, but I'm going to show you that you can do it with one. So I'm going to give it a little shake just to get it out of those intermittent hangers. And there we go. We've got a nice little drop. And I'll bring it down gently. And I'm just scooting it forward just a little bit, just so it stays on that milk crate. And now I got to a good spot. Let's remove the milk crate. Come on. There we go. And now I can set the resonator down. We'll go ahead and slide this all the way out. Very nice. And now I can get back on my feet. Look at that. We got basically this back half system out pretty easy. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So now we need to lob off our resonator by cutting about right here and then lobbing it off. And then we'll put in our H-pipe in the same spot, and it should come out looking really nice. So we'll make our cut marks. Now, if you're just doing this by eyeballing it, it should be about where the end of the flare is. Now, in the manual, it says it's about 5.5 inches from the resonator. So I'm going to look at it, and look at that. So my lines I made matches up with the manual. So surprisingly enough, that should work pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and mark it at 5.5 inches. And then I'll grab a square, and I'm going to try to make these lines perpendicular to the pipe. Just give me something to work with so I have something to kind of follow the cut line to. Now, if you want, you can use a hacksaw to cut these up. But for me, I'm going to use a reciprocating saw, or a sawzall, just to speed these up. Throw a pad under the resonator so I can step on it, as well as give me a gap. So let's go ahead and cut these marks off. And there's cut number 1. Now let's go to cut number 2. And almost there. Beautiful. So all we have left is a few burrs running around the pipe, and we're going to clean that up with some sandpaper. This is pipe sandpaper, typically used for plumbing, but you can use 120 grit sandpaper, doesn't really matter. The whole idea is we want to get rid of all these burrs, not only to make the installation easier, but to remove any gaps that could be there when you use the band clamps. So I want to go around inside and out just to make the surface as clean as humanly possible. So there's one side, and we'll get the second one as well. And yep, that looks pretty good. And just to be on the safe side, I'm going to do a test fit. So we'll get the driver's side in first. Yeah, that felt pretty good. That's nice. And we'll do the passenger side. And yep, fitment looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that'll work. So now let me get this thing off. Come on. There's 1 and 2. Very nice. And let me get that milk crate out of the way. I no longer need this. And again, you don't have to use the milk crate. You can use a cushion or anything else you want. That's what I had laying around. Now let's install that H-pipe and those clamps that we left behind. And all I'm going to do is just slide it right in. There we go. And we'll get to it's nice and straight as much as possible. And I'll grab my 15mm socket and socket wrench, and we'll go ahead and snug these up. You don't want to make them ultra tight. You just want to snug them up. We're going to come back at the very end and go ahead and torque these down. That way everything's aligned perfectly. So it looks good. And working way back a little bit, let's put our band clamps at the other end of the H-pipe. Now this is ones that came with it, so I'm just getting them in place, because if you don't, then it's going to be funny when you try to install the rest of the mufflers. And that's pretty much how they're going to look right there. So now we're making progress really quick. Let's install the driver's side muffler first. So it's going to be a lot lighter because now you're only doing one side at a time. So we're going to line it up with the H-pipe and that intermediary bracket. And all you got to do is line those two holes up and just push forward. And look at that, just a little bit of wiggle, and those fit very nicely. Now I'm holding the muffler on with my arm, and I want to go ahead and lift it up and then hook it right where that hanger goes. See that little hook right there? I'm going to lift it up, and it's going to hook right into place. So let me get it realigned, and almost there. There we go. We got the hook right in the slot. And now I can let go with my arm, and it should hold its own weight. So I'll grab those bolts, And we're going to grab some medium strength thread locking compound, typically in the blue. And we're going to apply a little bit on these bolts. Yeah, that's good enough. And let's go ahead and reinstall these. And there's not a particular order in mind, just make sure the first one's snugged up, and then you can install the second one, and then go ahead and torque them down. So we'll get the second bolt in. Same thing, thread locking compound. Use that extension I have. And we'll always start it by hand, of course. We don't ever want to cross thread these. And we'll snug that one up. And we'll come back with our torque wrench, and we want to torque it down to 18 foot-pounds. And okay, there's one. And let's get the second one. Beautiful. So the driver's side is secure. Now we can reroute our harness back to our actuator. Now if you don't have active valve exhaust, all this is going to be skipped, obviously. And I'm going to reroute the exact same way as I took it off. And we'll start by putting those connectors back in. So there's one on the bracket. And then there's one right at the actuator. And I do apologize about the angle and the lighting. Come on. And, yep, that looks pretty good right there. Give it another push. Yep, nice and snug. And due to the poor lighting, let me show you what I see. So we have our harness back in place. We have the bracket bolted up. And also we're doing a quick check while we're doing this. Okay, everything looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and reinstall that connector to the actuator. And all it does is slide right in. Very nice. And then move that white latch forward. Yep, there's one down. And we're going to repeat the exact same steps on the passenger side as well. Slide everything in place. Looks pretty good. Lift our muffler up. Rehang our bracket. And star our bolts. Torque them down. And then reinstall our wiring harness and connector. And that side was just as easy. And we're almost done. So let's go ahead and tighten up the rear band clamps to the H-pipe. This is where the mufflers meet the H-pipe themselves. So I'm going to line these clamps up. Basically where the nuts are facing downward. And then I'm going to go ahead and snug them up. And yep, that felt pretty good. And now I'll take our torque wrench and we're going to torque it down to 22 foot-pounds. Now I already did this after I aligned the mufflers, just as an FYI. And then work our way to the front. We're going to do the exact same thing, but this is 35 foot-pounds and there's a sequence. So there's number 1, there's number 2, 3, and last one, number 4. And there we go. Give me back my torque wrench. There we go. And yep, nice and snug. And of course, the part that I'm always waiting on is the test. So we're getting our vehicle here. And we're going to start her up. And take a look at our dash. I don't see any dummy lights or any codes thrown. That's a great sign. Doing a quick walk around. I don't see anything. So let's go ahead and do a leak check. So I'm going to grab some soapy water. Basically, it's like Dawn dish soap mixed with water. And it's in a bottle, so I'm going to shimmy my way under and go to where those band clamps are. Now I shook it up, so it's going to be a little soapy coming out. So we're going to go ahead and spray where these clamps are, and we're going to look for bubbles coming out. Let me wipe that initial area away right there. There we go. Yeah, I don't see anything really coming out. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and shimmy our way all the way to the front. Same thing. I'm going to go ahead and soak those down. And so far, I don't see anything. Let's do a closer look. Yeah, it looks like we're in good shape. Looks like we got a really good seal. I think this will work. And I'll crawl myself right back out. Hopefully without hitting my head. And of course, let's shut off our vehicle. We still need to lower it down. Man, that does sound good though. So let me get my blanket out of the way. And I'll grab our service jack and we'll go ahead and lower the vehicle. So I'll lift it up slightly. Remove the jack stand, and then lower it down as gently as possible. There's one side, and we'll do the other side as well. Very nice. And of course, let's remove our wheel chucks. Usually give it a little kick, sometimes it needs a little more. There's one, and there's two. And let's go on the driver's side and get the last two as well. 1, and 2. Now let's do a test. This is the factory exhaust on quiet mode. H-pipe with quiet mode. Factory exhaust on normal mode. Factory exhaust on sport mode. H-pipe in sport mode. Factory exhaust on track mode. And lastly, H-pipe in track mode. And that sounds really good. Now for our last piece of information, let's go ahead and do a weight difference. Let's see what the H-pipe weighs in comparison to the Resonator. So the H-pipe is about 8.8 pounds roughly. Not too shabby. Feels pretty light when I was installing it. And now let's go ahead and check the Resonator, see what that weighs. Definitely a little heavier. And bringing my camera over. Look at that, 16.4 pounds. That's a 7.6 pound difference. So it's actually a weight loss. So it turned out pretty good. Well, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.